I fucking forgot to even hit record.
Really? I thought it was going.
No, I did too.
Huh. How do we recover from that?
Bitches.
Wait a second.
Is it going now?
It's going now, yeah.
All right.
So let me make sure I understand this. So let me ask again. Is
All right.
this episode called Savor the Honey or Savor the Pipette?
We're all about the savoring
Okay.
of whatever it may be.
So is there any way that we can recap real quick?
Savoring this pineapple coconut cake.
Yeah, we have a couple of things.
So tell us about this honey.
So this
Again,
honey.
because I didn't hit record before.
Oh, quit fucking beating yourself up over it. The honey is from a local honey bee farm called Mesner Bee Farm. They're out of Raytown, Missouri. They're like within like shouting distance of my house, pretty much. I've been a big fan of them since the get go. But what I have here is a small-ish block of honeycomb, and I brought it because we had been talking about, everybody nerds out over different things. One of the things, I mean, it could be music, it could be whiskey, bourbons, whatever. It could be cars, it could be professional wrestling or politics or religion, whatever it is that they want to nerd out about. Some people even nerd out about honey. And with anything, there's a rabbit hole to be found. And I haven't quite found that rabbit hole, and I'm not sure if I even want to go down that rabbit hole if I do find it. But this is going to be a wildflower honey, which will not be as sweet as a clover honey. But and a clover honey is pretty much as described. It's a honey made by bees in the hive of a hive that is predominantly surrounded by clover flowers.
And you say that clover honey is a sweeter honey.
It's sweeter. Sweeter.
Is that why typically when you go to the grocery store, when you're looking at honey, it is clove honey?
Could be, yeah.
Okay.
So we have our forks and we have our little plates.
And I won't lie, I'm a little bit anxious about this. Like I was
You
like
are.
the first person to say, "Let's do this thing,"
Mm-hmm.
and I'm still a little bit anxious. Even the way that you describe it, even looking at it, I'm like, "What have I gotten myself into?"
What you've gotten yourself into is a very sweet taste. It's honey, is what it is. This is where your honey comes from. This is just if you liken this to whiskey, it's like a single barrel source of the honey, because you don't get any closer to the source.
Yeah.
It's the source right here in these little cells that you can see.
This is going to be a great experience. Or
If you like honey,
we're going to have to edit
yeah.
the sounds that I'm about to make. Like that's how I feel
Now,
about this.
the difference from regular store-bought, from the little, like the teddy bear-shaped bottle honey, this is clear. It's in the beeswax, right? This is how the bees made it.
And you just eat beeswax and all.
Yeah, you can take it and chew it up, and chew it like people would chew chewing gum. It's not going to be as soft. It's going to firm up pretty damn quick, in my experience. You can chew it up for a while if you want to. You can chew it until it becomes firm, and then spit it out, which is what I usually do.
Okay.
It'll like kind of form into a little ball or whatever, and just pick it out, slap it on your plate, and move on with your life. Or you can just chew it up and swallow it. It's not toxic in any form or fashion in any kind of way. It is 100% edible, and I'll just show you what I do. Is I'll come in here with a fork.
Oh,
I'll give it a little stab. Jesus.
Oh man, look at that.
Jesus Christ!
He
Look
stabbed
at
it, and all of a sudden the honey just kind of comes
Holy
up.
moly!
Wow. Okay.
I can feel my veins opening up. I have what
Did you just say?
national.
Say that again.
Give me a minute. I can't talk right now. So twirl it around and get the honey trails or
Do
whatever.
I need to
onto
leave?
it.
Do I need to leave real quick while
No.
you eat
This
this
is a
thing?
private moment.
Yeah.
Give me a fucking minute.
Okay.
Everybody shut up. And then just pop it in and enjoy it. I need you to be quiet for a minute. You just kind of chew it.
Did you just pass out? Are you? Okay.
Sorry, not sorry for the long pause. But there are very few things in this world that hit me so hard with a stroke of dopamine that will shut my mouth entirely. But this is Honeycomb is that thing for me. I can't explain it.
Man.
But for me, it's proof that there's a God up there and He wants us to be happy and He loves us.
And he wants to see Honeycomb.
It's not just goth chicks and fishnets. Fucking Honeycomb, man.
I'm now terrified because
Why? Sorry, I just now realized
I
there are
don't
other people in this room. I just came back. I'm sorry.
because I don't know if I'm ready for this revelation right now.
Not everybody enjoys Honeycomb. Like
It's
me.
not even that I'm not ready for it. I'm not ready for it on podcast. Like I'm not ready for it on a recording. Of to know that like I've been to the light and like this is everything else is gonna be black and white for me. I'm excited about it though.
That was a deep breath right there.
Yeah, I just
You
came back.
good? You good?
I think I'm back on planet Earth right now. I'm good.
Well,
I'm
like
good.
I feel really just
Pass
bad.
that on over.
Yeah.
I just feel really bad that like
Who's
you
next?
came back to planet Earth and you saw us. That's the thing. That's the thing. That's the thing that I feel bad about. It's like, okay, all right. Dubs is getting you got even a healthy amount too. I'm about to get
Well, this is about half of what
Oh,
I thought I only
John-
Joe
did half of
Nathan
that.
got over
John-
there.
Jonathan got a good amount, and I'm just trying to like, okay, I'm gonna
I
get.
mean, it's pretty fantastic.
I'm gonna get a little bit.
Fucking glistens
Interesting.
like a golden gem.
I just want to. All right, Dubs has just put it in his mouth, straight up.
He's got a different
Oh.
reaction to it.
Okay.
I left the planet when I ate mine.
I saw you. No, I saw you.
was just
Apollo 13 just disappeared.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, it was definitely That's tasty.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm getting a little bit amount because I'm trying
What is
to.
that?
Is that not too much? Is that
Get
too
yourself
much?
a little bit more. Come on.
Get a little bit more.
I just don't want to waste this and
No,
then
you're
you'd
not
be
gonna waste it.
disappointed in me.
No, no, absolutely not. No.
Can that
You
work?
gotta have. It might work. It might work if you had a little more on there.
Like I don't know. Like it doesn't take me much to get to heaven. I'm.
Do you just
I
want
got-
to? Do you want to visit the gates of heaven, or do you want to go all the way to the throne room?
You have no idea. This amount might burst me right straight through the gates and just like be right there, like right at the footstep.
burst to the gates.
We
I'm
just went right past burning them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Burst.
St. Peter. Well, I don't know if my name's on the list or not, but I'm going right past you.
Yeah.
Have you made an old fashioned with?
I have not. Yeah. So you don't have a whole lot on your fork. Just make sure you don't drip.
They don't need.
So-
So first of all, the listeners have no idea how much I have. I have a handful. I was gonna like false advertise. I have a little bit. You're right.
So I want to side note a little bit here. So this last week, again, back to Instagram and watching these cocktail videos, I found a video that caught my attention. And so I bought a bottle and I made a Gold Rush cocktail.
Yeah.
A Gold Rush is bourbon, honey syrup, and lemon juice.
And honey syrup is what?
Honey syrup is basically
It's like watered down honey.
It's watered down honey. It's honey and hot water. I don't remember
Yeah.
what the parts are
To make it to the
but
consistency of a usable simple syrup.
But exactly, yeah. I bought this bottle of honey syrup, and I was expecting it to be very comparable to the bottle of simple syrup that I've got, or maybe a little bit bigger than the bottle of bitters that I had. No, this is like a full-on wine bottle size
Oh, wow.
container of honey syrup, which I am now excited about. But this Gold Rush cocktail, the honey flavor that the honey syrup adds as your replacement to simple syrup or even maple syrup, mind-blowing.
Wow.
This Gold Rush cocktail was absolutely fan-fucking-tastic.
What I just can't handle right now is both of you guys ate the whole entire thing. Like you literally prefaced saying like you could chew it and spit it out, or you could do that, and both of you. I don't see a piece of
No, I didn't
honey.
spit anything out. Well,
No,
I'm just saying.
I
he
ended
didn't
up
either,
eating
so
it.
I just
Yeah.
followed suit.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to like really
Not-
quickly talk about like being the third person in this train,
Yeah.
and feeling the ultimate pressure to not feel what I might be feeling
Just
the
eat
moment
it.
that I put it in my mouth.
Not all honeycomb is built the same. So some of it is
Not all
really
people
fine
are
and-
built the same. I'm worried. Right
Absolutely,
now.
absolutely. That helps accentuate my point.
Listener, I'm terrified right now. I'm fully shaking cold sweat, terrified right now, and I'm about to eat some honeycomb. That's my life right now. Is that that's where I'm at right now.
I would suggest pulling a little bit more honey off the bottom. If you're apprehensive about the honeycomb itself, pull a little bit more of that honey off the bottom and wrap it around the fork before you go tasting it.
I just was gonna put this in right here. This cat's giving me more bourbon.
He's giving you the last of it.
Like I need more of this. Like right now I'm good.
He's
like
what they call an enabler.
Yeah.
So yeah, like not all honeycomb is built the same. Some of it's like fine and delicate cell structure, and some of it's really firm.
I just want to.
This one here is probably some of the finer, more delicate structure than I've really kind of ever had.
It wasn't really all that chewy to me.
No, it really wasn't. So that's why I went ahead and just
You got this. You got
finished it
this.
off.
You got this.
Oh, don't go Lamaze on us, man. Come on. You don't... Come on.
Okay. All right. Ready?
Yeah. I don't know. Wait. Should we put this on camera? No. You're already.
No. Listen,
You're already.
Listen. I know my fate.
You're already. Your fate.
I've already seen it.
All right. Fine. You're already stressed out. I can always
Listen.
delete this if need be.
Yeah.
Make sure my camera lens is clean. I have a bad habit of fingerprinting the shit out of my lens here. All right.
All right.
This is Chandler Johnson,
Yeah.
Mr. Kalamazoo,
Yeah.
getting ready to take his very first bite of honeycomb.
Okay. Here we go.
Here he goes. He's chewing it up. He's
thinking about it.
He's thinking about it. Neither one of these guys have gone to the transcendent reality that I went to. Okay, he's really thinking about it. A man doesn't sit back with that look on his face with arms folded if he's not actually thinking about it. So by now the honey is fairly dissolved and the wax is starting to come together.
How do you know what's going on in my mouth right now?
I'm there.
He's deconstructing it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. It's really interesting. The sweetness, and I will go with what Dub said in the sense of like making a cocktail with this would be really interesting and transcendent. I would probably lean towards more using it. You took a big bite. I was fascinated with like how big that bite was.
I didn't think it was all that big.
But for me, I would probably use a lighter because like even for that,
We witnessed your toes curling.
Yeah.
There's a god somewhere.
And you were levitating. It was a little bit weird.
Maybe for everybody else in the room, but for me, no.
But I mean, overall, it's really, really good. It's not anything that I have ever tasted, specifically with the honey part.
It definitely has a little bit more of a distinct flavor than just your honey bear.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say I don't necessarily love these bits though.
Yeah, and you don't have to chew those up into a wad or whatever, and then swallow them, or you
I
can
just wanted to be
spit
like
them out.
y'all and
You've got a little plate. You can put them on there. Ain't nobody gonna judge you for
I'll
it.
eventually poop it out.
Yeah.
It's gonna look like that. So I the taste of it is good.
Mm-hmm.
The taste of it's good, but it is way more richer
Yeah.
than any honey that I've ever tasted, and I could see that were. And then meanwhile, Dub, you going straight pipette to get your full experience. You're ready.
I'm opening this some bitch up.
The moment that his eyes before, like pre-recording of hey, we're pipette, we've done it, and I can taste it.
This pipette is a new level.
And that's from Glencairn?
It is. And I think my dumbass forgot to hit record, so we missed that whole conversation, but I'll do it again. So this last week, I stumbled upon a video on Flavor.com's website that talked about adding water to your whiskey. And really, really great episode that talks about, depending on what you're drinking, some of these whiskeys can get really, really hot, depending on where that proof hits, and depending on what the flavor profiles of the actual whiskey or Scotch, whiskeys in general.
Yeah.
And so sometimes, you throw the cube in there and let it melt a little bit, and then swish it around, and you're good to go. This video talked about, there is actually a thing about adding 1 to 3 drops of water to your taste,
And it really is that fine amount, of an amount. It's 1 to 3 drops.
Right. You don't any more than that, you're diluting and watering down your whiskey, and that's not the whole intent on this. The intent is, and the video talks about the molecular level of the whiskey and all that. Adding those couple drops of water to it, push the proof down just a little bit so it's not necessarily as hot right off the bat. But it also, and I'm blanking on, there's a couple terms that they used that does this, but it unlocks a lot of the flavors that are in there and really helps bring those forward. And so from a tasting standpoint, where you're trying to really get a good full profile of that taste, the couple drops of waters really, really help out with that. And so I went to Amazon, and I found a couple just standard eyedroppers with the little rubber bulb on the end of it that you just kind of squeeze or whatever. But as I was scrolling through there, I ran across the Glencairn has a pipette that they offer, and it is a hand-blown glass pipette that's got a little hole on the end of it, so there's no rubber bulb or anything. There's just a hole on the end of it that you cover up to get the water up in there.
Much like you can do with a drinking straw.
Drinking straw, yep. Glass pipe.
Yeah, it's modeled kind of like an elongated. Here, hold that up there. I'll get some on the. It's almost like an elongated Glencairn whiskey glass.
It is. The end of it is the exact shape of the Glencairn glass.
It's beautiful.
And they've got their name etched in it, and there's a little hole right there. And so, yeah, I could have gotten just a cheap throwaway disposable eyedropper for 3 or 4 for a couple bucks, but this Glencairn one was $12, and it's a hand-blown glass one that's got the Glencairn logo on it, and yeah, the end of it is actually shaped exactly like the glass. I had to have it. Plain and simple. I had to have it, and so I wanted to try this out, and I poured myself a pour of the Rogue Dead Guy whiskey that we tried and did a cocktail of earlier, and I tried it by itself, which is what I expected, and then I added 3 drops of water to it, and it completely opened up the flavors, and it was so much more flavor rich.
And there was more honey, there was more smoke.
More honey, a lot more smoke. A little bit of vanilla that I was picking up that I don't remember picking up. That orange zest on the nose is a lot fuller.
And that's just with like 3 drops of water.
Yeah. And it's not that 3 drops is not going to water it down per se. So it's still very full strength. But yeah, really good stuff.
Very cool.
Between Chandler and I, we finish off my bottle of Rogue Dead Guy.
Hey, listen.
Or we're working on it at least.
It's done. And yeah, this has been great. Like, this is perfect bonus. You got the coconut pineapple cake.
Pineapple cake. Yep.
Spoiled. Just spoiled. I like, again, Katie's on a different level. We got the honey right here. We're activating Dead Guy, which I didn't even know. We're bringing back.
Dead Guy is alive.
We're bringing back to life Dead Guy. I don't know how you could have a better life, to be honest. I just don't know. So this is great.
I mean, I'm drinking whiskey with you guys.
Yeah.
So
This is
I have no complaints.
Yep. And last but not least, everybody, keep
on
burning.
burning.